Hello and welcome back to Did She Just Say That? I'm Chesson,
And I'm Ashley.
and today we are diving in to breaking what broke us. We're talking about generational curses.
Warning, this is going to be,
Yeah, it's
it's a,
gonna,
it's a subject for sure. But,
yeah, trigger warning.
hmm
Um, you can find us on all of the places streaming. I don't know. Do we name all this where we're streaming now? No.
Just the,
All those places. And you can if you want to watch, you can check us out on YouTube. And if you want to be part of the community, come join us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Tiki Talk. Yep.
Did she just say that? You'll see our mugs on there. We'd
hmm
love to have ya. All right, sis.
Excuse me. Generational curses.
We all got them.
Ooh, we do. And
Don't want them.
I know. And I'm just curious. I'm going to ask questions during this and feel free to respond or however, whatever. But um, do you, are you aware of them? I guess is the first thing. It's a really good thing to sit down and like really think through, I think, and
For sure.
call it out and for what it is. And
I feel
yeah.
like it's another one of those things that is talked about a lot more now than it was
hmm
years ago. A lot of that was just, well, this is who we are,
Right.
or this is how I was raised. And there are still
hmm
people that are like that, I guess, but just wasn't as, I feel like this generation is more open and talks about things and makes changes more than
hmm
staying in that cycle.
Yeah,
So,
I think so. I think so. And I think that, I mean, I've always heard like it's this social, it's accepted in the family, or it's just something that everyone has tolerated and accepted.
mm,
And you almost become the black sheep of the family by
mhm,
calling it out and pretty much saying like it stops here. And so I'm going to go through and name some things, generational curses. And this is not a jab at mom, dad, grandparents,
right.
what have you. I want to throw that out there. Or
Yeah.
aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever. It's more of an awareness thing. And I'm sure some of the things that I'm sharing are very, very much consistent with a lot of people and a lot of families. There is dysfunction in families, and some families are very, very like let's hide it, not talk about it, and some are let's face it and talk about it. And so I've seen both sides,
Yes.
so I'm gonna go through and name a couple.
Okay.
These are hmm so anxiety seems to be a pretty big thing. Like as I grew up and saw mom and dad anxious and what have you, it was like, oh, that's like it's a norm. It's a norm
Oh, okay.
carried down. Grandma was, she was taking medication for anxiety or yada yada yada. So something about like just anxiousness in general,
Hmm.
just very prevalent in both sides of my family. My doctors always ask me like questions about anxiety, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I've always been that person that was like, I will never take the medication. But after dad passed, I was like, I literally don't know how to deal and cope. So yeah, um, but I think when you get to a point in your life where you're like, it's needed.
Yeah.
But that's just an awareness. Anxiety is very
Yeah.
prevalent. Do you have any that you want to share? Or should I share the ones that I have listed from my family? We'll go through them.
Well, and I don't think all of them are from your
Yeah.
family. I think some of them are right.
Yeah.
But we just, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're also just generic ones that are
Right.
fear, alcoholism. I think I've talked about alcoholism quite a bit. With my being raised Catholic on both sides of my family, which then brings in gambling,
Mm.
can be a generational curse, family secrets, addiction, lack of like holding grudges, lack of forgiveness. I feel like that can be something carried throughout family
Mhm.
history. Emotional blockage,
Mm.
don't have feelings, don't share,
Yeah.
addictive personalities, obesity lifestyle,
Mhm.
very social family. Food, we food and alcohol was like a social gathering. That's what we knew in playing cards. So gambling,
Mm-hmm.
abandonment, manipulation. These are all just and some of them may be patterns versus
Right.
actual curses, but I think we mentioned earlier, I think the first thing, and I will say this, I was literally at church today and the question was like asked and I was like, this is the first time I wrote those down. And through each one of them, I thought, "Oh, I'll have a hard time creating these. And then as
Mm-hmm.
I started writing, it started flowing.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
and so yeah, do you think these are
Oh, our families are a lot alike.
yeah, so some
Yeah.
similarities?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Alcoholism,
Mhm.
gambling,
Mhm.
um, family secrets.
Mhm.
I think I was 26 when I found out I had a half brother.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, but the family knew.
Yeah. But no one talks about it.
Yeah.
And also I think it's common with so like family or kids happening outside of wedlock and or family secrets of like just things that like you said family know but they don't talk about it, not a known thing like abuse or just things that are very hidden.
Yes. This was not my that
Yeah.
this is not my family, but there was a grandmother that was in my life that I knew. And I think it was maybe her brother or something was abusive.
Mm.
And she said, "Well, now she walked into that punch." We were all like, "I'm so
What?
what?"
Right.
And a
Hmm.
good-hearted woman, but I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Just that was,
Yeah.
and she did not see anything at all
Hmm.
wrong with, you know, and I'm like,
Wow.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
And there was a lot of abuse in that family.
Yeah. So I guess my question with all that being said, are these things that you carry along or are these things that are it's time to break them?
I feel like we are a generation that is like, we will break these
Hmm.
curses. We
Hmm.
will not. And I love that. Like, I
Yeah.
love being a part of that. I love watching even some of my family members. I watched them, and some of it's just like on social media.
Hmm.
I'm like, wow, just one generation difference
Hmm.
in the life that they are living compared to the life that their parents lived.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. I have a
Yeah.
huge family on my dad's side, huge.
Yeah.
And so we're spread out all over. Um, but it's really cool getting to see and just watching them, like, because I know that there are things that
Hmm.
generational curses that they have broken, and watching them raise their kids. And I mean, I'm sure that they probably see the same when they see,
Yeah.
my dad was in jail when my brother was born.
Hmm.
And I didn't realize as a kid when I was looking at those baby pictures
Yeah.
that there were numbers on his shirt,
Right.
for a
Right.
reason.
Yeah. It wasn't a
Um,
marathon. It was
right,
right.
right. It
Yeah.
wasn't a bib.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but I'm sure that people are watching like, wow, that's little Eddie's daughter, or that's
Hmm.
little Eddie's son, but very different life. Not saying that he was a bad man. He made some bad choices,
Right.
but there's a lot that has changed from
Yeah.
my grandfather on my mom's side was a alcoholic. I mean,
Hmm.
that, and
Like cirrhosis is real.
yeah,
You don't hear but a ton, but back
right.
then,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like drinking people yourself to death, basically. Like
Yeah.
that happens.
And um my grandmother struggled really bad with mental health,
Hmm.
really bad, and would not go to the doctor until she was older and she became ill, and we were able to get her on medicine. And it was so beautiful getting to enjoy her,
Mm.
because I
Yeah.
was always close with my grandmother.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a crazy childhood. I
Mm.
mean, she would call me, this was before cell phones. And so we're on landlines.
Yeah.
She called my house and would swear that she saw people putting me in the trunk of a car, that she was
Mm.
watching it happen on the phone with me.
Yeah.
And there was just so much with that, with her mental health,
Yeah.
that went un undiagnosed and
Mhm.
untreated, that I feel like, my mom was always really open with us kids about it, and her sisters it was talked about.
Yeah.
It wasn't hidden, it wasn't overlooked. It was something we learned how to deal with, but it also, it, my mom and her sisters were like, we will not.
Mhm.
And they put in the work to
Yeah.
break that,
Mhm.
and to carry on down with
Yep.
us. So, but yeah, it was, some things aren't secretive.
Right.
And not that they should be. For my family,
Mhm.
we don't know, with all of my kids, what their history
Sure.
per se is. So there's so many questions there.
Mhm.
Sometimes health wise and this kind of
Sure.
stuff, like what are we up against? But sometimes it's beautiful too, because you don't get that in your head.
Right.
Because there were so many things, even just from my parents. I don't know if you feel this way. That's like, I don't want to carry this on,
Mhm.
or I don't
Oh yeah.
want. They're free of that,
Mhm.
which can be beautiful, because
Yeah.
sometimes you become what people speak into you
Mhm. Absolutely.
without even realizing it.
Mhm.
And well, you're going to be just like your mom, or you're going to be just like your dad, and um, so there's a beautiful side to that as well, I think.
Yeah. I really think you mentioned something earlier about so and so's kids, or they are growing up in a small town. There are like, I don't know, labels,
Oh yeah. Mm,
generational curse labels, even. Oh, that family has a
mm.
history of this, or that doesn't surprise me at all because their mom was this, is
Yes.
so. Yeah, that just reminds me. But I do
Yeah.
think that this new Gen Z, Gen Alpha generation is, I'm seeing a lot of, just because I study it quite a bit, but there's a lot of health is a forefront. So what you're
Hmm.
putting in your body, and so a lot of these natural
Beef
things,
tell.
beef tallow in your face, a lot of these natural things that people are doing, they're looking at more of their health and
Yeah.
cutting the obesity stuff and carrying that and being more cognizant of what we're putting in our bodies. Also, what else was it that they're, oh, the bourbon, or not the bourbon, the spirit industry is where it's decreasing
Hmm.
because they're getting more involved with like more gummies and the relaxation and the THC stuff.
Hmm.
And so we're seeing that market change
Yeah.
quite a bit as well. We're seeing just a lot of different in therapy. There
Oh,
are,
I love a
it's
good
not
therapy
so
goer.
it's not just a stigma thing.
Right.
It is a, almost like a, oh, you go to therapy, well me too. Like it's a little
Right.
more talked about.
Well, and you can have the conversations so much easier
Mhm.
whenever, because do you remember when you first started therapy, how awkward it was?
Yeah.
You work through that
Mhm.
to where the conversations that would normally be hard, something like this,
Absolutely.
it it takes that heaviness off of it, and it
Mhm.
just becomes part of your story,
Yes.
or a
Shed light.
conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah, it doesn't care. You don't allow it to carry that weight anymore,
Right.
which is part of breaking a generational curse.
Yeah. It's not defensive. It's not, I mean, when I first heard some of this, I would really think, I think too, and this is why kind of part of this is the learned behaviors and coping mechanisms. Awareness for me, I look at alcoholism and I go, okay, in my family, when you turn 16, like it was like, hey, welcome to the family, and you can now, in front of the family, have drinks.
Yeah.
But I'm so aware of it that much, I think about it a lot of, am I, and I ask myself, am I drinking too much? Am I not,
Right.
am I cutting back? So I've really probably put a forefront on that, and I want to be aware of it. And I think that's, some of my family members are the same way. It's much more thought of
Yes.
to go, I need to be aware of that because it runs in the family.
Yes. Yes. It's. I was sitting here thinking about that when you were first started talking. There were certain things that I knew were part of my family's history
Hmm.
that I did not want continue because it was shared with me, because I had knowledge of it.
Mhm.
Even as a teenager, I was able to stay very mindful of it and stay away from it because I did not want to go down that road.
Right.
But had I not known, when all of my friends were experimenting, I probably would have too.
Absolutely.
But because I knew, and what was crazy, my friends knew how I felt about it, and they
Mhm.
wouldn't even do it around me.
Yeah.
It kind of not never became a joke, but it was like they would hide it from me because they knew I would
Mhm.
lose my mind on them. Um, but had that not been shared with me, I could have definitely gone down a really dark
Absolutely.
road.
Yeah.
And
Addictive personalities.
yeah, and I think that
Yeah.
some family members got upset that it was shared with me at a young age because it was like my cousin told me when we
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
when we were young, probably too young, honestly.
Sure.
Um, but I'm thankful that
Mhm.
she told me.
Yeah. Or we saw someone struggle so bad in the family
Yes.
that it was like, if they're going to struggle with it, I'm probably going to struggle with
Mhm.
it. So, yeah, an addiction can mean so many things. Addictive to
Mhm.
so, many different things as well.
There's so many different levels to it. It's not just alcohol. It's not
Right.
just drugs. I mean, we
Right.
all know that, right?
Yep. Lots of addictions out there.
I feel like if it's talked about, though, like I said, it takes the weight off, but you
Hmm.
just don't even know how much that it can benefit someone else's life by not
Absolutely.
keeping the family secrets.
Hmm. For sure. I'm thinking too, manipulation or learned behaviors.
Mm,
So when you grow up in a family with so many kids, now this isn't really pertain to me because it's just me and my brother and 14 years apart. We didn't have a lot of overlap, but seeing manipulation and people doing things and manipulating situations to get what they want and need because you had seven, eight, nine brothers and sisters, and if you
yeah.
needed to get attention, it was the ones that were,
Mm,
but if you were a good kid in the family, it was like, I'm just going to hide back in the weeds. And so I just, not that it's prevalent in all families, but they're
right.
definitely learned
Oh,
behaviors.
yeah. Some of
And I
them.
can, I feel like I can almost point it out because I'm like, I know what they're trying to do. Like if,
Yeah.
we'll talk about this in a little bit, but like dating a partner, like if you see some of these
Mm-hmm.
similar generational
Mm-hmm.
curses, it's almost as if like, have you thought about and how can
Right.
we together
Yeah.
break that curse?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
speak from that, like I'm because when you we always hear when you marry into a family,
Mm-hmm.
you marry the family, right?
Right.
And so you're taking on some of those generational curses per se. And if you have children together,
Right.
what are some of the things that you're both passing and trying to break? So,
I also think it's about perspective too. I mean, because some of the things that was in my family and my ex-husband's family, they were the same, but
hmm
our kids weren't raised around them.
hmm
Not, I mean, we still have our family and stuff, but we're 3.5 hours away.
right,
So it not being in their everyday life,
hmm
even some of the things that I know that we could have very much so passed along,
hmm
it the buck stopped.
that brings me a question: can new generational curses be developed,
Oh, I feel
or
like, yeah, don't you? Like if I have something
yeah,
and I'm raising my kids with that ick, I could pass
pass that?
right. I mean, it could start with me, but continue. Don't you think?
I think so. Oh, it has to start somewhere,
Right.
right? But
Not in
also,
this
but I
house.
feel like also, yes, the people, but the living conditions are different, right? Like I grew up in the country
Hmm.
and now I'm in the city, and if I were to have kids and raise them, it would look different,
Absolutely.
but the curses still can be carried as far
Hmm.
as like that's how I was raised in a different environment.
Right.
The environment, even though it changes.
Right. But because your character, I mean, your
Hmm.
character is still
Hmm. Absolutely.
present. So
Yeah. It's a deep, deep subject for sure.
it really is. But it's a subject that we need to talk about
Hmm.
more. It is a subject that doesn't need to have this stigma on it
Yeah.
because you know what? Look, these are things that we celebrate.
Hmm.
That generational curse stops. Like
Yeah.
it will not continue. It will
Hmm.
not bleed down to my children. Like celebrate that. Don't carry it
Absolutely.
as, you know, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. My words are real bad today, which you're aware of,
That's
but
all right.
um
Words are hard. Words are
words are
hard.
hard today.
Yeah.
We're not wording well. But it is not something to carry in shame. It Be proud of yourself. Be proud of the work that you've done, or
Mhm.
you and your partner have done, or you and your family, and talk to your family like, thank you for sharing that with me.
Absolutely.
And if there are secrets, tell them. Like,
Right.
be the black sheep.
Share.
Tell them,
Mhm.
because I'm telling you, my cousin she saved me,
Mm.
and I will always, always, forever
It's
be grateful for
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
But family members weren't happy that I knew that, and really wanted to downplay it. Like, well, it wasn't. Well, no, it was.
Mhm. Yeah. And these things are hard to break. There will have to, there's work to go behind them, and but also the flip side, if some people, if it's carried down, and if I think it depends on if the person's looking at it as a like they're defensive, it's
Mhm.
like, well, loyalty to family, like that's just something, and
No,
it is a
you're
mind
loyal to
shift.
yourself.
Yes. And so to break that, you are choosing to help the future
Yeah,
of your
well,
family.
and we talk about boundaries. We talked about boundaries a lot
Mhm.
that first month. It is okay to have boundaries with your family.
Mhm.
It is okay to love them from a distance, just like friendship. I mean, no, you don't get to pick your family, but you get to pick the relationship you have with them.
Absolutely. That's without a doubt, for sure. And can I just point, this is so random and
Okay.
off topic. I realized just now, how long have we been doing this now? Since January, December, January.
Yeah.
You're right-handed, and and I'm left-handed, and I'm holding a left-handed mug, and this is perfect because I know it's the random thoughts in
I
my
love
head.
it.
Thank you for having a left-handed coffee cup.
It was totally on purpose.
Mhm. Yes, but
That's a lie.
lies detected. And all that said, though, it's and if this is the first time you've thought of it,
Mm,
I challenge you to
don't let it be your last.
don't let yeah, because it's not really about you. Like yes, it is. It's going to help your quality of life. But it's also for your children, your grandchildren, your family to go. I'm going to make that decision to stop
Yeah.
things. And so, without getting too much into it, and I'm sure I'll have a conversation with my brother. All of this makes me go. I want to call him and
Mm,
like high five him and hug him and be like, there are some things that you and I have broke together
yeah.
that we will not allow to pass. And for me, it's my nephews.
Hmm.
So just trying to stop the buck where it is and say, I want my nephews to have
Yeah.
to carry down to their kids, and so yeah, it's just a really deep, like it's an emotional thing because I don't physically have children to do that, but
Hmm.
they're in my like those are like my nephews, and
Yeah. Those
so
are your
how
babes.
I um, work with them and treat them and that kind of thing, it's that's what my control can be with it.
Right.
But yeah, I just think it's a powerful message. It's a something that I really hope people just start thinking about.
Mhm.
It's hard. It's not easy, but it's also necessary. And there's just happiness, and on the other side of that of going, it's stopping
There's happiness, but there's also power in
here.
it.
It's
Like when
powerful.
you're able to be like, yeah, that stopped
Yeah,
with me.
you change the outcome.
You get, yes.
Yeah.
And what you are breaking for the future generations, like, don't take it lightly.
Yep. Don't
And
underestimate.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, remember the
Hmm.
strength that it takes and that you did it. Like,
Yeah.
celebrate it and
Absolutely.
be proud of yourself. Like,
Hmm. Yeah. That's awesome. It's a great message, and yeah, I was thinking through topics, and I was like, ooh, this one might be. But also, you might be listening to this and being like, we want to hear your
Yeah.
stories too. What are some things that you've done that have helped break those curses? You know, I read some off to you while we both shared. I'm sure some of those were very much you're familiar with,
Yeah.
So, and there are many, 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 but yeah, great message. You
It is.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Just makes you think.
it does make you think. It does. But
I was actually thinking of a friend,
mhm.
and we talk a lot about it. They were raised by their grandparents. Man, like, even had to go to school with step siblings when the dad wasn't a part of their life. Like, I couldn't imagine. But who this person is, you would never
Mm,
know that's where they came
really?
from. And it's so beautiful. I'm like, man, I hope that they know what they have done
Mm,
and they go to therapy.
yeah.
Um, but if you know someone in your life that is the complete opposite of what
Mhm.
they were brought up with, or they've put in the work, man, celebrate them.
Absolutely. Call them. Talk about it. Hey, I heard
Yeah.
a podcast. It's a really good podcast, by the way. You should listen to it. And they talked about generational curses, and I thought about you, and you
Yes.
overcome that, and you've created a whole different trajectory moving forward. And so, yeah, celebrate them.
Yeah.
That's great.
This is a little leak for you guys for the next episode, but if someone came to mind while we were talking about this, and it's maybe somebody you haven't talked to in a while, or whatever it may be, you're not that close to them, but you thought of them, like, do make that call and celebrate them, because we're talking about friendship
Hmm.
in the next episode. And as women, and even men, I think, are longing for good, true friendships. And Ash and I are diving into our friendship,
Hmm.
not just friendship, but that is something. If I hear something, or I listen to a sermon, or there's something that sticks out to me, whoever that is that I think of, I let them know.
Hmm.
And Ashley and I have gotten really good about that with one another,
Yeah.
because I always want to celebrate her wins and let her see, hey, I've seen you doing this work. But that's part of what makes our friendship strong,
Hmm.
because we're not scared of the hard conversations, but
Not
we're
at all.
not scared to celebrate each other
Hmm.
either. And so you making that phone call, it may be a piece that's like, wow, this person sees me and cares for me. And it may build a stronger, deeper
Hmm.
friendship for you, or relationship, whatever that looks like. Or if it's a parent that they broke a,
Mm,
they broke
that's
something that
big.
did not carry down to you,
That's big.
thank them. If you still have them here, thank them. Because as you know, as parents, you put in a lot of work that your kids, you feel like, will never see or know. But if you're seeing it and you know it, just tell them thanks. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox.
It's good. It's a good soapbox.
Drink my tea.
Tea is delicious. I feel the positive energy just flowing through my veins.
Hmm. I have
So,
a little too much honey in mine.
there's no such thing, is there?
I mean, it's a little sweet, but it's fine. Honey,
Always remember that you have a seat
seat at
at
our
our table.
table. That one was hard.
It was hard, but look.